Hi, Dr. Paul Haider here. Well, happy Easter. And, you know, this is an auspicious occasion because we have had many different avatars, great teachers come and tell us the same thing: love thy neighbor as thyself. And when we start to love one another, everything heals. Just lately we had scientists say that everything is consciousness, and everything in the universe and the multiverse is consciousness. And so we are part of that great collective of consciousness. And whatever we actually think and whatever we do, our actions, and what we actually put together as our lives is part of that great collective consciousness. And that everything has consciousness, be it trees, or whether it be fungus, or whether it be a cell or an amoeba. All of it has consciousness of one kind or another. And it's really interesting that everything is interrelated and interconnected. You take two trees, and if there is some kind of aphid attacking this tree, the fungus, which is their mycelium, come across and come up to this tree and say, hey, you better get ready. And it tells the tree, you start putting out some pheromones and agents to repel the aphid. And in the meantime, what happens is the tree gives a little sugar water to that mycelium. So there's this interplay that's going on, and fungus is everywhere. We have this growing around the world. It's really a telepathic connection for plants through everything. And we also have that great connection for everything. We have the indigo children, and the indigo children said there was a great spider web of interconnection of thoughts that was going on. And they could interact with other people in that great thought collective and be able to know people and connect with people and understand people through that collective. And we have that same ability also. And even Jesus says, you can do all of this and more. And we know that there is this constant process going on. And we are part of this whole process of understanding ourselves. Now that really brings us to what's really important, the one big question: who am I? And I think that's why we are here, to answer that question: who am I? And a lot of people never even ask themselves that question. So I ask you to answer that question for yourself. Who am I? Are you your work? Are you your family? Are you, just your job? Are you a person that goes out and makes money so other people can live? Or what is that answer for you? Are you a loving, kind, giving person who makes a difference in the world? Are you part of that which is all-knowing, all-seeing? A person will have to make that decision on their own. I think it's really important that we go beyond what we've been taught. We are moving into new territory now of understanding ourselves. And we know this through meditation. We go back and see the rishis of thousands of years ago, and they were telling us about the subatomic particles, and about everything is connected in division of three, and on and on and on. And that was thousands of years ago. They didn't have science to prove any of that. And now we have science proving all these different things. That we have an atom which has a neutron, a proton, the electron going around it. That's a simple atom. And so we have these, three triads, the trilogy of life, the trilogy of some people would call God. And God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, mind, body, spirit, you know, the ether, the soil, and the plants. For everything, there is a trilogy. I can't think of anything that's not a trilogy, you know. We have to understand that when we get down even to quarks, it's inside a proton, there is a plus quark and two negative quarks, so it's three. It just keeps going like that. But I really think it all boils down to what Edgar Casey said, you know. He said it all boils down to this: love thy neighbor as thyself. And what does that really mean? It means, first of all, you have to love yourself. If you love yourself, then you'll take care of yourself and do good things for yourself, but not in a selfish way, but in a caring way, so that you can go out and help others who are suffering. You know, right now we have a glut of corn and wheat in the United States, and they're sitting in warehouses, and people are waiting for, you know, the right price, they say. Yet people in Africa and people in Yemen and people in different places are starving to death. And is this loving thy neighbor as thyself? And if we are all this one collective consciousness of the Great Spirit, the great loving God, and God is love and love is God, how can we allow these things to happen? I believe in the next 5 years we're going to see huge changes happen. I look forward to that because I want to be part of that spearhead of change that will be happening in the world. I happen to know a particular woman that she's going into, you know, the projects in certain areas of the world, you know, low-income projects, and these kids have never been loved, they've never been held, you know, they've never had a good thing said to them, you know, never said that you're a good boy or a good girl or that I love you or anything. And some of them have seen horrific things, you know, some of them have been, even little kids have been sexually abused and all kinds of things, and it's a very difficult job. But they do it tirelessly anyway because they want to make a difference in the world. And now with over a 250,000 philanthropic groups in the world going out to do the same kinds of work in different ways, we have more people trying to make a better place than ever. But at the same time, we do have great calamities going on in the world. And they all boil down to that, what Edgar Casey said. If we were to go back and take those few words to heart and wake up with our mind infused with love thy neighbor as thyself, what a world we would live in. And I believe in the next 5 years we're going to see that happen. It's going to get a little dicey in between, but we're going to be moving in that direction because mankind really want it to be that way. They not just want, they will demand that we end all wars, we end all hostilities, we end all, you know, this unnecessary desires to be powerful and greedy and have envy and all this stuff. And people just want to be left alone and have a family life and enjoy people and take care of what they need to take care of and help others. That's really that boils down to the average man. He doesn't want to be encumbered by all this other stuff. So we have a job right now of looking forward to the future. What we have going on right now, I think we need to pray about. And pray as much as possible. Prayer is possible, very powerful. There have been studies with one hospital here, one hospital there, one being prayed for, all the people in it, and they get out sooner. All these people get better sooner. and the other one takes longer. So prayer is very powerful, but if we just allow ourselves to pray, and Lord knows we need it right now. So I ask you to, on this Easter Sunday, to think about, who am I? Who am I? And hold in your heart, love thy neighbor as thyself. And also, please pray. And if you care to connect with me, my information is down below, and I do all my work for free, and my phone number and everything, so I'll be glad to help you. I've gotten a lot of spiritual people coming to me, people in need that want to talk, and I'm available on Skype and also on the phone, so, and also email. So I'm here to help you. I love you.